Hey planner friends, how's it going? Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. My name is Ryan and this is Man with the Plans, and we are back to do, as you can see in purple, the September budget for 2023. So I feel like we are on the precipice of finishing out Q3, which means we are heading into the last bit of the year. And there's something about like back to school time in my brain that kind of is like, all right, time to get your act together. Summer's over, which as sad as it is, especially living in Minnesota like I do, gotta dive in. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. My name is Ryan. I have paid off over $60,000 in debt and I am saving for a house, and this is how I kind of did all of that and kind of plan for the future. So if you like planning, budgeting, a little bit of a vlog here, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Love to get to know you a little bit more over here as part of the planner friend community we got going on. So to start off, one exciting thing. The way that I kind of manage this is I'm in this is my Erin Condren. This is the monthly planner here at Man with the Plans. And what I do is every single month I go ahead and I put each expense and I track them daily in the month. And then it kind of helps me track and make sure that my budget is on track, if you will. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the budget side of things. I estimate my income and my expenses, and then I have some other little things here about my savings and stuff like that. That's just kind of fun to track and move along. So we'll do one of these, kind of zoom in a little bit extra. So I recently made the decision to start sharing my income again, because why not? Honestly, like it's really not a huge deal. I'm anticipating both of my paychecks this month to be $2,650 each. Now they fluctuate a little bit. One of them is, you know, with health insurance and stuff in it, and so I'm just estimating on average that's what they'll be moving forward. I don't know, I'm hoping they'll be higher. Obviously that would be great, but hey, you never know. And that's after taxes and all that good jazz, so all of this stuff is taken out. This is actually what I'm like bringing home. And then I have some travel for work, so there should be some reimbursements for mileage and other stuff. So I'm estimating $500 income altogether from the other categories. So when you add all that up, so this month for September, I have $5,800 to work with, which feels like a lot, and I'm very grateful for that. So no judgment for where you're at, but I just feel like I've come a long way. Like if I watch my early vlogs or budgets from like way back in the day, my income has gone up over time, which makes me feel better. But holy cow, some of these costs lately have just kind of been driving me wild. So first up, now we're moving on to my expenses. So where we're at currently, my rent is $16.99 a month. I am in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So we'll put that down there. And then I have like a garage parking, which is a requirement living in the Midwest, and it comes with the storage unit, so that's $210. So a little spendy, but it's really important for me to have that, and so I like my location. So there you go, you gotta pay for the good stuff. Next up is utilities, and I'm estimating $200 here. I feel like the air conditioning and the electricity has been high this whole summer because of how hot it's been, so I'm gonna keep that high for a while now. But you know, water, sewer, trash, gas, and electric all kind of fall into the utilities category. For internet, I'm anticipating $95 a month. I have Xfinity. They are fantastic. My insurance, this is my car insurance. There's like a medical indemnity thing, and then there's renter's insurance. That's $125 a month. It keeps climbing, like every month or so I feel like it ticks up a little bit more, so I'm trying to keep pace on that. With gas, I'm gonna put $250. I've got obviously some work travel that is like road trippy, but it'll kind of offset the income rate reimbursement, so it'll all even itself out. But I just think I'll be doing a fair bit of driving, and so being able to kind of limit that. I also have some travel towards the end of the month for a friend's wedding, so that's kind of fun. You can see that down at the bottom here. Yeah, so that's what I think. For groceries, I have it at $250. I'm gonna tell you though, like each trip to Trader Joe's, I feel like it's creeping up there in terms of costs. So I'm actually happy. I think this is reasonable with being away a bit and having some of the meals covered as part of the trips and stuff, but I don't know, there's just groceries feel so expensive right now. Next up is restaurant, so I put $300 for that. I'm trying to eat more at home. I've been really loving my meal prep lately and taking that seriously as I prep for my half marathon in October. So I feel like that's gonna continue, but you never know. Friends, trying to date, all that jazz, it just adds up. So I'd rather build it in and not feel so bad. I've also consistently got over in this category all the time, so I recognize it's one of my weak spots. It's hard to say no after work with a cocktail, you know. After that is personal, so this is clothing, this is household cleaning supplies, toothpaste, a haircut, all that good stuff that kind of wraps up into taking care of your person. I'm putting $300, that's up from I think $200 last month. I don't know, I feel like with travel coming up and other random stuff, it's just good to kind of like have a little bit extra cushion in there in case I want a new tie for the wedding I'm going to, you know, random stuff like that. Up next is subscriptions, and this is expensive as well, and I think I need to cut some of these, but you know, Netflix, Hulu, there's some stuff for YouTube and Canva that I use to kind of like make sure that I'm able to kind of edit some of the things for the channel, but it all really does add up, and I feel like everyone's cracking down on sharing passwords, so it's kind of a bummer. Oh, Amazon Prime is also in here, which obviously worth its weight in gold. Up next is my gym membership, $200. It's really pricey, and I'm thinking of finding a different gym that's more affordable, but I love the pool that they have, and I actually just got an app that does like fitness stuff to teach you how to lift again, because I really would love to get better into the weightlifting piece of stuff. So I don't know, I'm on the fence. I think about canceling it all the time, and even if I did, it would be until November that I have to pay the expense, so I just need to make some decisions on my budget moving forward. That's kind of where we're at. My sinking fund, I have a video on this as well. I will leave that linked up over there. But basically what I do is I put some money away each month so that when expenses that I know are happening, like car tab renewal or car maintenance, I can just pull from this, and it's like it never crossed my budget in the first place. I never went over or anything like that. So I really loved having that set up, and it's been super helpful. I recently upped it a bit just to make sure that I had some extra cushion every month. Up next is my Roth IRA. I'm trying to finish funding that for the year. And so that's $550 a month that I'm gonna be putting into there. I have it set up so I think after each paycheck it kind of rolls itself in. But yeah, that should be good to go. Next up is M1 Finance. This is just kind of like my personal little portfolio I've been working with. I've been putting 100, 250 bucks every now and then. Currently I'm putting $50 a month into this, and so I've enjoyed seeing the growth on that. It's actually been kind of fun, kind of just doing fractional shares. If you're interested in M1, there's a link down in the video description if you want to set yourself up for that, which is pretty cool. Alrighty, and then next up you'll see tires. So I went and got my oil changed last month, and they said, yeah, it's time for some tires. And so I recognized, like, yep, gotta get those done, gotta take care of them, gotta get it all squared away. So that is kind of a big ticket item for me this month. I will likely do it the front half of the month to make sure that I have some tires set up for my traveling all across the state over the next couple of days. I think it'll just be a good thing for me to do. I can't really be mad about that, and it's an expense of my car to make sure it stays in good working order. Last but not least, a good friend of mine is getting married, the one whose bachelorette was last month, August. She's getting married in Albany, New York, so gotta get myself there, gotta make sure I've got an outfit, which I have a suit, so I can just kind of repeat that. But make sure, you know, I'm gonna fly into New York City area, take the train up, because it's a gorgeous ride and I can work, and then I'll visit some of my friends up there. So any incidentals, any drinks, any dinners, catching up with folks, you know, I'll just kind of figure that out as we go. I'm staying with a friend of mine to keep costs down, but I'm estimating $200 for those expenses. So when you total all of these things up, the total comes to, drum roll please, $5,654. So we are still a little under budget, which is nice, which what I would just do then is put that into my long-term savings and make that move along, or I'd throw it into my Roth IRA to get that moving. I would never just like let it sit there. I feel like I need to give every dollar a name. But yeah, so these are my expenses. I love suggestions on what could be cut, what I could do differently. I've got to figure something out to kind of free up a little bit more income here. So obviously the gym is one, reducing some expenses here and there, figuring those types of things out. I think that's going to be kind of the big ticket. But yeah, so now over to the like admin side of things. And all of these stickers, by the way, these are from those old Erin Condren seasonal surprise box kits and the monthly sticker books. I have a link obviously down to all their stuff if you want to go ahead and check it out. But what I like to do over here is just kind of keep track of all of my universe of accounts and things that are important to me. So they either are on my budget on the other side, or it's just something that I've done. So I was following the Dave Ramsey baby steps for quite a while, and he suggests having an emergency fund that is fully funded. So I put that in there for $10,000. And so then obviously throughout the month, if there are withdrawals, contributions, or ending balance, you know, at the end of the month, I'll make sure to iron all that out and fill it in. Question, would you like to see me fill out the end of the month stuff? I don't know, I feel like it's interesting, but I feel like it's kind of like meh, I don't know. Let me know and I would obviously fill them if you did. So the next thing here is my long-term savings. This was for my house originally. I was thinking of purchasing something, but never really got around to doing that. So I'm just kind of squirreling money away, seeing what I want to do with it. I'm not sure if Minnesota is going to be my long-term forever home, but you never know. This used to have quite a bit more funds in it, but I actually went ahead and paid off my student loans. So you'll notice from last month's budget, there was about $13,300 worth of student loans. I took it out of my long-term savings, bit the bullet, and just went ahead and paid them off because I don't need to deal with it. And I got the refund from the COVID saga a couple years ago and was assuming the student loan debt relief would clear most of it. I had the money sitting there. It just made sense to clear. Well, I'm sad at how small the balance is. You know, I feel good knowing that I have no debt in that way. Like it's off of my plate. It's all said and done, you know? So currently, starting this month, we are at $9,981.34. So I'm hoping I don't need to withdraw from there. I would go from the emergency fund first, and then we would start to build those back up. But as the month goes by, there are contributions, and then any interest we accrue, I'll throw that in to make sure we've got ourselves an ending balance. That's really kind of my overview of the savings. Next up, I kind of put my investments in here, and I guess you could say my pension and my Roth aren't really investments. So my pension is something that I just figured I'd put back on here to track. I contribute, I think I have to contribute 6.5% of every paycheck, so that goes in there, and then there's some sort of match that I don't actually see. It goes into the overall pension fund. But currently, where we're at right now, the starting balance for this month is $39,585.95. So not too shabby. And that is, I think, $36,000 in contributions and like $3,400 in interest. So not bad, just getting that ball rolling, you know, that's how the magic starts to happen. Throughout the month, I will go ahead and fill in my contributions and my interest and my ending balance. We like seeing that number go up over time. I feel like it's starting to hit that point where it starts to roll over a little bit more and start moving and grooving. So yeah, that's exciting. Current state of where we are at, this is my Roth IRA. I have it set up through Vanguard, keeping it pretty simple. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. Just decided to kind of go through that when I set it up a couple years ago. I feel like I'm a little behind on this, but what can you do? My Roth is currently sitting for this month starting at $15,292.12. So not too shabby, and currently we're sitting at 47% funded for the year, which, because technically you have until April, I'm not feeling too bad about, but I'd like to kind of speed it along, and I'd love to say I wrapped it up in December, but I'm not sure I'll be able to make up that gap. But who knows, maybe with my dance team judging money, I can kind of do that a little as well. Okay, so then on to my sinking fund. This currently sits at $1,741.14. I have it just sitting in Capital One 360 account that I made eons ago just because I have the withdrawal set up. But basically I've been pulling from this every now and again. I just use some of these funds for my car tab renewal, so that's fun and festive. I realized I didn't leave a lot of room here, so maybe in the future I would like move some of this over a little bit more so I've got some space. Moving into the M1 Finance side of things, my account currently sits at $5,254.40. Obviously this fluctuates like moment to moment, but I really enjoyed the fractional shares part of it. It's like if I wanted to buy Apple or something, I don't feel so guilty having to wait, so I can just go ahead and purchase a little bit over time. That's just kind of something I've enjoyed throughout the whole time. I honestly don't buy anything crazy. I have a little portfolio for like dividend stocks. I think that's just fun to dabble with. I'm not doing anything hardcore in that realm, but then I also have some other kind of big ticket ones that just sit there, like some of the Vanguard's mutual funds and things like that. I don't mind buying into them. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it, and it does help our channel out. If you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and click that red subscribe button. You know you wanna, so you can follow me on my financial journey, and we can get to know each other in the comments, because I feel like we've built a fun little community here that I love getting to know each and every one of you and celebrate those financial wins when you hit those big milestones. Follow me over on Instagram at @amanwiththeplans. I love making a good story. Been trying to dive into some of those reels lately. But yeah, I hope you have a great month of September as we kind of head into this last part of the year. I hope things are going well for you. Let me know what your financial goals are for the month down below in the comments. And until next time, bye planner friends.